There are some big boys in this town, the sort of boys who take one look at you and then try just to bring you on down. There are some cool dudes walking around, the sort of dude who just as look at you, bring you down to be the biggest in town. They're walking, they're talking in such a high school kind of way, but they're faking it, they're making all of the noises they can to be the coolest dude around them.
So I hear this show's about human behaviour.
Yeah, just going to have a bit of a poke and a pinch and a pull at human behaviour.
I read something the other day. David Attenborough quoted, "Humans are the plague of Earth."
Yes. And there was this Brazilian photographer, Santiago Salgado. He did all the photographs of all the awful stuff that happened in Rwanda, Ethiopia, former Yugoslavia. And he said, what disgusted me the most was how contagious hatred is.
Us humans are scared. Oh, so scared. We have fears.
Yeah.
We turn our fears, our biggest fears, into secrets. And then those biggest secrets turn into our greatest loathings. And then what we do is we twist it and turn it and project it onto other people. Nothing too subtle, too small, or too silly. From what we wear to the colour of our hair, to how we were born. All it does is create more fear and bigotry. And it's got to stop.
Humans are weird.
Touche. This is nice.
I'm glad you like it. That's great. Ooh, look at your beautiful arm. If I turn my arm that way, it's almost as soft as yours.
It is. It's really soft. Turn it around again though.
Yeah.
Look, your veins, they look like they're going down, like rivers.
Absolutely. And the spaces between the fingers are the open sea.
And look, we can pinch these up and they become the sand dunes.
Oh, yes.
They stay up too.
Oh, they do. That's what this, and you've got this.
I do.
And you can do so much. You can plait your kids' hair, drive a car, tie up their shoelaces and all sorts of other things.
I can.
Oh, the things that we can do. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
I'm a really, 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 really cool dude. Real love, cool dude, baby. I'm a really cool.
Pull the blinds on your emotions. Turn off your face. Put your love into neutral. This way to the human race. Do you like my outfit? I've always liked tutus. Lots of little girls like tutus. You can see them these days, 1.5 years old, holding onto mummy's hand and pattering along the street. One, 3, 7. Lollipop. Oh! Lots of people make comments about my skinny legs. Sometimes they say nice things like, oh, you're obviously a retired ballerina, legs way up to your waist. Or else they'll say, oh, I wish I had thighs like yours. But mostly, when I'm wearing a skirt instead of trousers, they'll say, oh, have you lost even more weight? Well, I've been around the block several times, darlings, and I don't care. I'm on a roll. I'm on a wild ride, and the moon is high. And look out, baby, I'm at high tide. There will come a time when everybody who is lonely will be free to sing and dance and laugh. There will come a time when every evil that we know will be an evil that we can rise above. Who cares if hair is long or short or straight or partly grey? We know that hair ain't where it's at. There will come a time when you won't even be ashamed if you are fat. Who cares if you're so poor you can't afford to buy a pair of Mod a Go-Go stretch elastic pants? There will come a time when you can even take your clothes off when you dance. What's the ugliest part of your body? What's the ugliest part of your body? Some say your nose, some say your toes, but I think it's your mind. I think your mind is the ugliest part of your body. Yes, I do. Oh, here comes the mind. Oh, the mind. Oh, the lovely mind. I can even chew at it. Take it away, Nardine.
All right, so we're going to move now to the laneway. So everybody that's able-bodied, follow me there.
It doesn't take much to make home. You gotta act the toughest in the place and wear a thick smirk stuck to your face. Well, I'm the coolest.
I am gross and perverted. I am obsessed and deranged. I have existed for years, but very little has changed. I am the tool of the government and industry too, for I am destined to rule and regulate you. I may be vile and pernicious, but you can't look away. I bet you think I'm delicious with the things that I say. I am the best you can get. Have you guessed me yet? I am the slime oozing out from your TV sets. You will obey me while I lead you with the garbage that I feed you, until the day that I don't need you. Don't look away. No one will heed you. Your mind is totally controlled. It has been stuffed into my mold. And you will do as you are told until the rights in you are sold. Well, I am the slime from the video, oozing along this alleyway.
And now for something completely different. Follow me.
I'm talking in such a high school kind of way, but I'm faking it on the making all of the noise that I can to be the coolest to the rap and
Now this mind is nothing like the minds that I made in Amsterdam. It was when Johnny and I were living across the road from the railway line. And they were absolutely and utterly luckily being upgraded when I was doing Zanity Zap, using the music and lyrics of Frank Zappa. All the workshops underneath had to be cleared out because they were upgrading the railways. And there it was. Plastic. Tubes and tubes of red plastic. Beautiful minds. Lots of malleable, soft plastic, which made tutus, cloaks, and you name it. Lots of gorgeous stuff that me and the girls made for costumes and props. And things like this. Longer, thinner, and whiter. And this is what they became. Extending arms. And there were also lots and lots of this kind of stuff, which was great for the sound effects. Now, I never noticed that on rubbish nights, that Dutch people also put out hard rubbish 2 nights a week. It took me about 6 months. I was walking back from a dance lesson one night along the Egelantiersgracht, and there it was, small, easy to lift and carry up 4 flights of steep Amsterdam stairs up to my 4th floor where I lived, my first little writing table. It was just gorgeous. Now, the apartment where I lived actually faced, on the opposite side of the road, the restaurant of the Melkweg, that notorious multimedia centre. Melkweg,
Melkweg.
Melk,
Melk.
weg.
Weg.
It means Milky Way.
Oh, how pretty.
Yeah. It used to be a milk factory. The entrance was on the opposite side, of course, and opposite a very large police station. People would walk in, pay their money, and then go into the market where they could buy dope, into the restaurant where they could eat, and also downstairs was the huge theatre room where lots of theatrical productions happened and lots of fantastic bands played there. Yothu Uni played there once. And upstairs, if you went up the stairs, you'd come past the cinema on your left, the fountain room on your right. There used to be a fountain room there, and the tea room right at the end. And people used to go in there with their dope and smoke their dope in the tea room, and then they wanted to relax a lot more. So they come out and they kind of drape themselves on the floor alongside the fountain room and the cinema. Now the fountain room was where I started teaching dance and doing productions for 8 years. Sometimes I'd be teaching a dance lesson and in would walk a person that was slightly stoned. What's going on in here? Oh, we're doing lots of dancing. Oh, can I stay and watch? Nah. I'd put my arm around them and gently lead them out, saying, no, it's far too energetic for you. You're better to stay out there. Now, yes, more things that I found in Amsterdam. There was this. I found this on the Keizersgracht, a very rich area. Put it on there. It's got very big boobies where you can put the extra money in, because I danced to Ricky Lee Jones' Easy Money. And there was also this. This was a wonderful, very old-fashioned swimming suit that came from my friend, Mama Olga. Now, Mama Olga was born in 1900. She was a violinist, and she was a wonderful old lady. She was fantastic. Now, thanks, Nani. Oh, can you help me with that? Oh, thank you. Lovely. Oh, right then. Now, can you please hand me those trousers? These glamorous trousers, which I love to wear, came from my friend Wendy. Now, Wendy used to be Peter. And when Peter became Wendy, she first bought lots and lots of really elegant clothes, which she later on gave to me. I'm a very lucky girl. Could I have the singlet now, please?
Sure can.
Thank you. It's quite dirty. I like it to be slightly dirty. Now, very nice. Okay, the next thing I need is the slippers.
They smell.
Lovely. No, they don't. Could you hold the glasses? Tap. Oh, they do a bit. A bit smelly indeed. A powder.
Powder.
Yes. Could you do my powder? I'll hold it for you. This powder Mama Olga gave me. Poudre de riz, l'idéal des artistes attirant Paris. Oh, voilà, c'est ça. Okay. Quite a bit on it. How do I look?
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'd better get my wig now, please. Now, I found that, 20 cents. But the wig was quite expensive. It's supposed to be a wig for the Queen, except I chose to wear it the other way around. And now I need my cardigan. Thank you. I found this cardigan here in Adelaide in some hard rubbish, but I added these things. Where's my glasses?
They're here.
Perfect.
Now, where's my walker? No, here it is. One, 3, 7.
Ow!
What's wrong with you?
You hurt me. You crashed your walker into me.
There's nothing there.
There is. You
There's
hurt
nothing.
me.
No, I didn't hurt you. You destroyed my walker. Now I have to get rid of it. Oof. Now get me that chair. Put it here.
Okay.
Slightly closer.
Really?
Slightly forward. Slightly to the right.
Oh my God.
Now go and sit down.
I will.
What is your name?
Lavender.
Lavender. I shall call you Lavy. You must never become as old as I am. But then, I guess, if you don't die from natural causes, you'll just have to top yourselves off. I've thought about that. A friend of mine once showed me all the pills that she had saved to top herself off. Easy, she said, easy peasy. But then she had a stroke, poor darling. I always wonder what happened to all of those pills. I'm an old fox. I'm wiry and wily and all bent over as my bones start to splinter and all that fleshy stuff is shrinking and drying out, withering. My name is Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina. Now there was a Dutch queen called Wilhelmina and she was loved by everyone. I too am Wilhelmina aangenaam. Now, Lavy, I would like to meet some of these lovely people. Would you please take my hand, my arm?
Okay. Here. I was only joking. Here, get up.
Hello.
Hello.
What is your name?
Margareta.
Where do you come from?
Sweden.
Oh, that's nice. And what about you? What is your name?
Roman.
Oh, and yours? George. Yes, George. And your name?
Mary.
Mary. Yes, and your name?
Amber.
Lovely to meet all of you. I'm sure you're having very interesting lives. Why are they wearing those awful clothes? Why aren't they dressed up?
It's Port Adelaide. They don't have to.
Oh.
That's no excuse. And who's that stupid policeman there?
But you can't say those
And
things.
there's too many fat people here. Now, I have always looked after myself.
You can't say those things about other people. It's rude.
They can't see me. I'm behind them. I've got my back to them.
They can hear you.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
Now, stop bickering and get me my tea.
No. I won't do that. I'm not getting your tea for you. No, you're rude.
You need to.
No, I don't.
You do.
Somebody's got her wires completely crossed, if not cracked.
Miss Lavender.
Yes.
Would you be so gracious as to bring my tea? Now, not too much sugar, mind you. Look what sugar does to people these days.
Sure.
Here. Close up. That's too close. Further back. I am so grateful to you. You will now kiss my hand.
Ew, I'm not kissing your hand.
Yes.
No, that's gross. No. No.
Doesn't matter then. I'll open it all myself. Now, I have something very interesting to tell you. Where's my spoon gone? Lavvy, you should have packed it up properly. Oh! It's all your fault.
How was that my fault?
You should have done it properly. Then it was stuck in the cup. Now this actually happens. It was on Radio National. An old man went to take a shower. He turned on the taps and then sat down in his chair to wash himself. But whilst he was sitting there, his appendages slipped through the slats. And so once he'd finished washing and he wanted to stand up, he couldn't. So they called the ambulance. And the ambulance came and they carried the old man with his chair into the living room. But they still could not free his nuts. And so they had to call the fire brigade. And the fire brigade came and saw through the slats. And he was completely and utterly free. Isn't that so hilariously funny? You put too much sugar in my tea!
No,
You're
I
a very
didn't.
naughty girl! It's all your fault!
Shut up! Are you okay?
Was the other was was the other? Lollipop. Oh, when I get older, losing my hair and ask what living's for, will I be free of dementia, still continent and walking quite far? If I get angry and disagree, will I go to heaven? Will you still need me? Will you then heed me when I'm 97? You'll be an oldie too. And if you say the word, I could visit you. We could be happy drinking some tea, listening to the heavens. Will you still need me? Will you then heed me when I'm 97?
So what about it? What will I be like, you be like, if and when we get to 97?
I think I'm going to use this for that. I am so old now, I have an excuse.
To be what? Meaner than what you were before you're old?
You don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Do.
I will not leave this life until I have defecated over all of you.
Are you really going to give her that line?
No.
No.
Nah. I think I might make her a bit of a sweetie for a wee while, you know? Make her smile a bit.
That'd be nice.
Might be nice to people. I mean, it's not going to be too long before she falls off a perch, bites the dust, counts worms, goes the way of all flesh, and joins the choir invisible. I've seen her.
And she kicks the bucket.
Yes. Ooh. You want to kick it? Oh! Now we're going to change the action, folks. We're going into the other room.
I'm a little pirate person here to tell you me dreams. Only could a pirate don't you know just what it all means. I'd like to build the biggest boat floating on the sea and look out from a crow's nest as high as I can be. And any other pirate who dares to tackle me will end up breathing water and falling there. So
I never look in the mirror when I'm putting on lipstick. I can just do it like this. But I check it afterwards. Oh, shit. I hate looking at lines. It's awful. I've discovered, though, that the worst place to look at yourself in the mirror is in the teacher's toilet mirrors. They are deliberately made to make you, the teacher, look as haggard as possible, which you're already feeling after dealing with those lovely little darlings. Anyway, there was one particular school where I used to do lots of relief teaching at, Largs Bay, and I discovered how to avoid the mirrors. Now, this is Largs Bay Primary School. I walk into the toilet. Here is the door. On the right, there are the mirrors and the wash basins. Here on the left are the cubicles. Open the door, look down, go into the toilet, sit and do your business. Finish, press the chain, open the door, look down, look down, look down, look down. Turn on the water, soap, wash your hands. Over there are the paper towels. Right, look down, don't look up. That towel, wash. Look down, look down, look down, look down, look down. Through the door. Wonderful. Anyway, I can't avoid it. It's kind of like every year the lines get worse and worse and worse. But at home, I have a lovely home. I don't have any bad mirrors and I have beautiful lighting. And it's just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. But I am getting older all the time. There's nothing I can do about it. Just continually getting older and older and older. You mustn't laugh.
You mustn't cry.
But do the best you can. Which reminds me, there was this one time I was taking a workshop with TAFTA, the Australian Film and Television Academy darlings. And the scene was going really, really well. My husband and I were having a ding-dong argument, and then suddenly, in through the door, walks our daughter and throws a wobbly, and I go, huh?
Stop!
What?
Your mouth! It was open.
Excuse me, what? My mouth.
Your mouth. It was wide open, but look, we can edit it out, we can fix it. Don't worry about it.
I mean, so that the audience doesn't have to look inside my 70-year-old mouth? Cosmetic surgery gone viral!
FMD.
ACM 5th.
Fuck me dead.
And call me fucked in the head.
Only could a pirate don't you know just what it all means? I like to steal a treasure as rich as any queen's and dig it in an island where no one's ever been. I'd lead a life of luxury like nothing you have seen. I wouldn't share with anyone because I'm really mean.
And now I better talk about the caring job, which one often has to do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Not so all easy peasy at all. In fact, lemons are often sour and bitter. Isn't it ridiculous how the situations we most often remember are the difficult ones? For example, there was Annie. Now, Annie got super sick, so I came in and looked after her for a whole week. She got better, I went back to my place, and then she was out walking and fell over and broke her arm. And so she was off to hospital again, then into respite. And by the time that she came home, she wanted everything. She was thinking only about everything that must be done, preferably yesterday. So I was demoted to slave or servant. I cooked, I washed, I vacuumed, I gardened, I washed her even. I even, on one particular day, I actually cooked a 3-course meal for some friends of hers. And then I drove over in my car, picked up the friends, brought them back to Annie's, served them the 3-course meal, washed up the dishes, and then drove the people home. And then I came back to Annie's again.
I want this done now!
Later, Annie, I'll do it later.
No, now!
No, Annie, I'll do it later. I'm tired.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
You can't! Your arm's in a sling.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Can.
You can't.
Can.
Listen, Annie. Grills are made so that you do not have to wash them every single time that you use them. That's why they were made, to save us the time of continually cleaning.
You're mean. I'm going to my room.
I get out the materials and start cleaning the grill. And every now and again, I accidentally, by pure chance, find myself slamming the door.
What's that noise?
Nothing, Annie. Nothing. There's a few saucepans on the shelves that need putting away. And I accidentally dropped them on the floor. And again.
What's that
Nothing, Annie. Nothing.
noise? Meanie.
I quit the job. Wasn't I naughty? Ow! Stop!
They say we learn from each shitty experience. Do we truly? They say it creates growth. Well, does it? Denial. Do we spend our lives in denial of the things that hurt us, buried deep, deep down, only to resurface when we think that we're fine? Realizing you've been plotting somebody's death for the past 2 hours and that's fine? Or do we just survive, carry around a facade? Two-faced. Can I blame other people for my own self-destruction? Or do I have only myself to blame? Don't you know you can't fix what you've broken? Are you proud? But now I know that I have one choice. Do I grow into a mean-spirited old fart or a nice little lady that cares about other people's feelings? Silenced? Loud? Or two-faced? I don't know. You decide.
Have I won? Have I lost? Dare I ask at what cost? How I cringe when I ask me that question. Am I pleased? Am I sad? Or have things got so bad that my answer's just plain indigestion? I dally and dilly, sentimentally silly, searching high, sinking low, I just let myself go, hypocritically knowing that I'm not really going. Roller coasting? The thought of it makes me feel ill. I've cluttered and clobbered my clotted brain till there ain't nothing left but a slight sickly stain. A foolish, forlorn, fragmented flutter. A stutter, a stammer, a stammering stutter. Reflecting a rehashed, repeated refrain. Repeat and repeat it again and again and again. Why bother? It's only the gravy train. And me? I'm a human. Excuse, blame, and shame.
Well, the first little piggy went to market, now on the next little piggy sing no wrong. The third little piggy had roast beef, and the fourth little piggy had none, and the last little last little piggy, whoa, whoa, went to wee all the way home. Now talking about going to the market, more the little piggy shop they at the army disposals they can buy their gas masks so they can breathe through the Fowler Bay, and the last little piggy, the last little piggy, whoa, whoa, went to wee all the way home.
Do you know many old people? I mean, lots of old people. I do. One of my jobs is entertaining old people at an aged care centre. When I first went in, I dressed up as a clown and talked like Frank Spencer. But lots of them found it really embarrassing. Alan used to put his head down. Mabel used to say, "Oh, take that bloody wig off!" But the person who did enjoy it and behaved perfectly was Lucy. Now, Lucy used to be a tap dancer. I would put the music on. I would give her one end of the blue cloth. I'd go into the centre of the room. I'd start dancing about, lifting my legs, doing all sorts of funny stuff. And Lucy would be sitting there, moving her hands and her feet in all its incredible rhythm, just getting it. Wow. Anyway, because the others didn't like and found it embarrassing for me to be a clown, I suddenly woke up. And so after the break, I came back all dressed up so elegantly with glamorous stuff, just like us Adelaide girls know how to do. And they thought it was gorgeous. I walked in and they said, "Oh, hello, darling." And Alan would say, "Oh, come and let me kiss your hand." And blah, 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 blah. But it didn't always go perfectly well. Sometimes it went pear-shaped. Now, I used to do things like miming. I'd bend down and make a box. And I'd take things out of the box. And I'd bend down again. And mean-faced Mabel, who was sitting there, used to say, "It looks as if you're pooing." Anyway, it was still good entertaining the old people. I mean, far better than doing the caring job. And I also used to do relief teaching at kindergartens. The kindergarten kids would come into me straight away.
You're old.
Yes, I'm old.
You've got lots of lines.
Yes, I've got lots of lines.
Do you want to come play with us? We've got a mummy, a daddy, and a baby. And a grandma.
You want me to be the grandma?
No, silly. We want you to be the baby and make baby noises.
Oh.
We love you, Clowny.
Have you heard of l'arbre du bonheur?
The tree of happiness.
Voilà, c'est ça. Le secret du bonheur,
The secret of happiness
c'est d'avoir la tête dans les étoiles.
is to have your head in the stars,
Le cœur dans la tête.
your heart in your head,
Un magnifique souvenir d'enfance dans le cœur.
and a precious little memory of childhood in your heart.
Yes, I've always loved magic. I mean, when I was 2 years old, I used to dance about the place naked. And then I always loved the fairy on the Christmas tree and tutus and making up lots of dances for neighbourhood kids. And when I was 11 years old, I actually choreographed Giselle. Now, I was getting ready to kill myself with a fire poker when I heard the audience laughing at me. You're laughing at me?
No, we're not.
Well, of course they were, but they shut up and let me finish dancing and killing myself. When I was 16, we moved down to live in the city centre. This is 1964, darlings. My father became the manager of the Grosvenor Hotel on North Terrace, and we moved there 1 week before the Beatles came to Adelaide. And not only that, but I had my own separate room along the corridor with my own key, age 16. And the same year, I started dancing with Elizabeth Dalman, who'd just come back from Europe. And it was jazz and modern dance. It was just great. And then we did lots of performances, and we went touring. And when we came back from the touring, which was all around the Eyre Peninsula, a month later, she changed the name of our company and called it Australian Dance Theatre. And Australian Dance Theatre is now 53 years old.
Wait, does that make you a piece of living history?
Yes, it does, actually. Anyway, fast forward 10 years. There I am in Surrey, England. And I wake up one morning with the thought, go to London, go today, and go to Australia House today too. And so, like Dick Whittington, I did. And eventually when I walked into Australia House, I've only been there about 3 minutes, when I saw 2 Australians that I knew. But they were going to Africa. Except they didn't. 2 months later, they sent me a postcard. We're in Amsterdam, and we're living in this great place, and there's an amazing dance teacher here. So I packed up my bags and went over to Amsterdam to stay for 1 week and lived there for 22 years. I was very inspired by this dance teacher, Eddie Doobie, and other dance teachers. And as I told you earlier, I started teaching at the Melkweg, and then later on it was Creer, part of the University of Amsterdam, blah, 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 blah. I choreographed, I did loads and loads of productions. I ran a children's theatre, I wrote lots of stories, and I had lots of fun. It was just great. But then after many years, I really began to miss this big brown country, you know, with all its space, with its nature, with its seas, with its dreaming. Fantastic. And so I came back. And 3 months later, I got my first real job as choreographer for Epic, Eyre Peninsula in concerts. Now, Holland is half the size of the Eyre Peninsula, with 17 million people there. But here I was, out in the big open space, about to do this big project and working in different communities all dotted around the Eyre Peninsula. So that was really exciting. And then 1 week later, I was invited to stay at a friend's place because I was choreographing some dances that I had to perform the next day. And it was great. I was choreographing and stuff. And then I was invited downstairs to have coffee with the young man downstairs. But when I got there, it wasn't coffee at all, at all. It was really scary. It was terrifying. Help. Somebody help me. Somebody save me, save me. But there was nowhere there to save me. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I had to use my wits and be brave and be calm. Welcome back to Australia after 24 years in Europe, Jenn Manders. Anyway, I was lucky. My attacker handed himself up to the cops 3.5 hours later. There was a lady in Cleve, and she said to me, Jenn, you know what? Life threw a curly one at you. Yep. You know, when life throws a curly one at you, you're going to go through some funnies after a while. The crying game becomes full on. Cry me a river. One day, a year later, I was in my caravan at Streaky Bay, and the tears just didn't stop pouring down all day. And outside it was pissing down rain. And suddenly I saw this very large woman from the caravan next door step out holding 2 buckets. and she was walking through the rain to fetch her pails of water. And I cracked up laughing, and I laughed, and I laughed, and I just didn't stop laughing. It was so funny. And even when I saw my tragic face in the mirror, I still kept on laughing. Anyway, of course, in 2000, I decided to move to Adelaide, and I became the clown teacher. Now, I've just got to put my last tutu on, and I shall tell you something very important. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I have something to tell you. So you must listen very carefully because I will tell it only once. Flutter, flutter, flop. The bottom's at the top. And if you turn it round again, you'll find what's up is down. And then you won't know where you're coming from or what you're going to. That's how the circle rolls along and why we change our view. Flutter, flutter to the top. Turn around and down you flop. The sky is high. The water's deep. The ground is where I like to sleep. But flutter, flutter, here we go, up and down and round. Hey ho. And now it's out to lunch.
If you want to, you can do anything. All it takes is imagining. In each of us they say there's someone, but a whole lot of people thoughts in fly. So let yourselves out. If you dare, we can all touch the sky. If you're not afraid, you can take the coach. And you don't care if you don't hit the right notes. You want to be the star of the show. How high can you fly when you let yourself go? We're all out to lunch. We can all have a mighty fine time. You can move up the waters of the ocean. Feel wonders in your speedy locomotion. It's a very simple magic promotion. Come on up to lunch and throw your days away. You want to sing a song or two. Hear the voice in the singing kazoo. Show how much you really are. It's not very far, we love you who you are. Come on up to lunch, we can all have a mighty fine time. You can walk up the waters of the ocean. Feel structures in your speedy locomotion. It's a very simple magic little notion. Come on up to lunch and throw your days away. You can walk up the waters of the ocean. Feel structures in your speedy locomotion. It's a very simple magic little notion. Come on up to lunch and throw your days away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 97 TUTU, starring Nadine Brown, age 27, and me, Jenn Manders, age 70.
Jen,
Yep,
we already started the show. It's finished. It's done.
is it?
Yeah, it's done.
Ah, shit.
Early